Let's make some stuff. I want to fill up my freezer. I have a lot of things here that need to get used up. This whole bucket is potatoes that need to get used up very soon. They are starting to sprout slightly. They're getting a little wilted. They need to get used up. They need to get in the freezer. Thanks, Dad. This is gonna be a really raw video of cooking. We're gonna start with pizza dough. I have 1.3 cups of warm, not hot water, so it's just out of the tap. I am gonna add a tablespoon of sugar to it. We're gonna put that away. We're going to clean up as we go because I don't want a messy kitchen. I get this from Aldi. Just added this pizza dough a bunch and it has not steered me wrong. I am first gonna give that sugar a little mix. Pour the yeast in. And I'm gonna give that a mix. And then we're gonna let it sit for 5 to 10 minutes until it gets nice and bubbly. I'm gonna get my flour. I like bread flour. I think it would work with all-purpose just fine. 3 cups of flour. I don't get perfectly precise with it. I got this recipe off of TikTok, so it's not my own. And I'm gonna take maybe 1/4 cup in here just for when we need it and roll it together if it's a little bit sticky. A little bit of salt. I don't measure, I just measure with my heart. And set that off to the side. Next, we're gonna do a tuna salad. Please. I'm just gonna do a little pot. I'm the only one that's gonna eat it. And I'm gonna get that going on the stove. Yeast is not gonna take too long. It should honestly almost be just about ready. Once this pizza dough is ready and it can just go sit on the corner with saran wrap, we will be able to do a lot more with other stuff, but I just want to get this started because it is going to take the longest just because it has to proof. My cat's messing with something. She's just being weird. Okay. It's getting bubbly on top. I just pour it in to the flour and just start mixing it together until it starts to form. So even here, I think it's getting better. It's a lot less sticky. This is almost where I personally dump it out onto the counter. Clean counter. Scraping it really well so I can use this bowl again. And for that, I'm just gonna pour some oil in it. Maybe like a tablespoon of vegetable oil in here. So we're gonna set that to the side. I'm gonna clean the spatula. I have clean hands. And then I'm just going to start kneading it for about, I found hand kneading, it's about 10 minutes, give or take a bit. You're going until the dough looks smoother. Slowly getting there, but not. Pasta's going. I did about 3/4 cup. That's about 3 servings. And I'm gonna knead this dough for a couple more minutes, probably just off camera. My dough is ready. I'm just gonna saran wrap it, put maybe a towel over it to keep it warm. and then set it on another counter and just forget about it for an hour. I would do max hour and a half. If you forget about it longer, it is what it is. I think garlic twists with this, garlic bites, knots, whatever you want to say. You're going to, I think it started on the potatoes. I'm not sure how I want to go about this. Do that off camera. And I'll come back when they are peeled, washed, and then ready to go. Pasta is done. It is just cooling on another counter. I have got all of my potatoes peeled and ready to go. My plan for these is to do some diced potatoes, some French fries, and some mashed potatoes. We're gonna see how much we can get. If I can fill this whole thing up for diced potatoes, perfect. We'll see how many French fries we can get, and then the rest we will just make into mashed potatoes. So I'm gonna start chopping and dicing. I love this thing. I'm actually gonna do like cubes, and you chop. All right, some of them are kind of like long hash browns, some of them are kind of cubes. They're all over the place, and that is just fine. So I think I am going to saute those. I might make a few more, but I think I'm gonna para saute them and then freeze them and then fully finish sauteing them. I might make a little more because that didn't even like make a dent. I am gonna start cutting the French fries now. I am probably just gonna do a time lapse of this because that would be kind of boring again to watch me sit here and cut potatoes. So when I am done and I am doing everything else, I will be back. Right, here are my French fries, whole pan worth. I have my oven preheated at 350. I'm gonna throw them in for probably 10 minutes. I've got my little cubed hash browns back here. I pan fried those for about 5-6 minutes maybe. We're gonna make the tuna salad next. When we're done with that, our dough should be good to go. And then we're gonna get some water in that pot so that we can boil the potatoes for the mashed potatoes, and then all the potatoes are gone. So let's put these in the oven. I want them to still be a little bit hard when I take them out because I'm still gonna cook them whenever we eat them. So I want them to still be a little underdone. Tupperware, cold pasta. Perfect couple servings for me. I'm gonna open my tuna and drain it. I'm gonna add probably half of these peas. Yeah, that looks good. And I am gonna let this tuna drain for a bit because I don't want it to be liquidy. I want it to be really nice and drained out. I've got a little bowl. I've got this. I am gonna add some Miracle Whip to it. A couple spoonfuls. I'm just using a little teaspoon. I don't know, like that one. I'm gonna throw in just a tiny bit of milk just to make it a little bit thinner, and a little salt and pepper. And give that a good mix. A little bit more milk. Just a splash. And that's what it'll look like. Now we're gonna take our tuna, add a little bit of that. To cut up a little bit of this green onion, just with a pair of scissors. I'm gonna use this whole stalk just because they are starting to go bad. So I need to start using them up as well. I feel like this video is like a fridge clean out freezer stock because I'm trying to use stuff that we have in the fridge that needs to get used up to fill up our freezer. And then that is it for that. I feel like you kind of want it like a cake batter almost. Kind of runny, but still kind of thick. Because I know I like it saucy. And then I'm gonna give it a mix. And there it is. It is best cold. I think I'm gonna get my hash browns into bags so that I can get the water going in that pot so that I can also get those fully cooled and into my deep freeze. I am just gonna use some sandwich bags and I'm just gonna weigh them out to be 8 ounces so that I know roughly how much is there. This is where we're at. I am just about to put the cubed potatoes into the boiling water. You can probably hear it back there. The French fries just came out. They are steaming hot. I am going to let them cool before I do anything with them, so then they won't stick to each other. The hash browns are bagged up and cooling over there. And the pizza dough is ready, so as soon as we add these in, we will get to punching down our pizza dough and then forming the little knots. And then those will also go into the oven to bake. I only kind of burned myself. I don't... Yeah. It's okay. It only hurt just like the tiniest bit. I'm fine. These I'm probably going to let go for 10, maybe 12 minutes. And then we'll see if they are soft enough to make mashed potatoes with. And this is what she looks like. She has doubled in size. It's always so fun. And then I am just gonna pull away just to make sure it's not gonna stick. And plop it out on your counter. Okay. So I want to almost do this whole thing into garlic knots. This could make, I don't know, maybe, I usually get like 2 pizzas out of it. Maybe pizza and like some cheesy bread. It's a lot of dough. So I'm going to get a cutting board and start cutting it. And I think I'm going to weigh them out to maybe 4 balls. And I will probably just time lapse all of that. 1/2 ounce balls. And I'm just going to roll them out as long as I can. Fix that in. And then I'm just going to roll them into like knots. We've got our mashed potatoes going back there. They've probably only got a couple minutes, if that. I have the oven set for, I believe, 450 for these garlic knots. And we're pretty much just gonna fully bake them and then put some garlic butter on them and call it a day. Yep, there's the potatoes. So this is just to check them. I'm gonna go stick them with a fork, see if they are soft or if they are still hard. I'm gonna let them go like 5 more minutes. I don't think they're quite done yet. And we're just gonna keep rolling. Right now I have 6. This will be our 7th. I'm new to the whole YouTube thing. This might be my first video. It might be my second video that I'm posting. I guess we'll see. Let me know if you guys like it down below. I am probably gonna do all types of content. There might be some outdoor stuff, a lot of crafts. Some will be cooking. Let me know what you guys would like to see down below, hauls or routines. I love to cook, I love to do art, I love to get outside and do stuff. And I figured I might as well just try and film it. I've always wanted to start a YouTube channel, and I figured why not start now? It's 2026, I feel like everybody is making some type of content or filming or doing it for their job. So I figured why not? And if it doesn't work out, it is what it is, and we will keep going with our day job. I have the first set, and they are probably gonna let them go like 12 minutes, I would say, at 450, and we'll see what they look like. And then once I get these rolled out, I have 5 more. I feel like they're already growing in the oven, the first batch. I'm so excited. I've never done garlic twists or knots with this pizza dough, but I have done cheesy bread, and that is delicious. So I figured these would also be just as delicious and a lot cheaper than getting them from the store. And if you guys like this video, let me know, because I do like to do these kind of days where I just fill up the fridge or freezer so that it helps me out more during the week. And now that I'm going to be editing YouTube videos, I am gonna need a little bit of extra time after work to make sure that I can get that stuff done and actually make this possible, because I want to try my hardest and I want to see what I can do, and if I can actually make any content that's good. At least I know I can film stuff, but it's the fact of if people actually watch it and find it funny. I don't know if I'm really that funny, but you know, here I am. I would say those are pretty good. So I'm gonna take them off the heat and just let them sit for a couple minutes just in the hot water while I get the ditches situation cleaned up so that I can strain them now that I have the bowls and stuff from the dough and the potatoes, and it's a lot. So I'm gonna get that stuff situated, and then I will probably come back, clean up a bit, and then I might start making something for dinner. So now I have 2 full bags of French fries that I'm gonna finish cooling over here as well. The first set of knots out. All right, currently we have the mashed potatoes done, the hash browns done, the garlic knots done, and the French fries done. They are all bagged up except for the garlic knots. Those still need to cool. The tuna salad is done in the fridge. So now we are going to move on to these 2 loaves of French bread that I have. We got 6 pieces left of this that I'm gonna make into croutons. So we're gonna get our oven back going, but we're gonna only put it on like 300. And then this one, I'm going to see how many French bread pizzas I can get. I already have the cheese and everything shredded, so I will just show you me making those. So we have 6 pieces that we're going to be making into croutons. They are slightly frozen, just to make it a little easier for making the pizza. Big old bowl of croutons. French bread pizzas. Just going to lay them out. All right, we're gonna take our pizza sauce. And this is kind of what I'm running out of. That's what I'm saying. I'll kind of just make as many as I can, which it's not looking like I'm gonna get too many. I think this will be good. And since it's frozen, it's not automatically soaking into the bread. Okay. So we've got 3 more pieces that we will just make into croutons. So then I am just going to cheese each one of these up with a little handful. And then we'll go back if there's more and cheese them up even more. And you can put any toppings on these. I just like them plain. I am adding like 3 pepperonis on them just because they're kind of small and I just kind of want to use up these pepperonis as well. I dropped one or it would have been perfect. And last one. And then I'm gonna put them up into my freezer just like this. She's empty, she needs to be filled. So I washed and cleaned this pan and I just put some oil in it and I'm just gonna smear it around on the bottom so that nothing sticks. So I'm just dumping all these on there. I cut up the extras from the French breads. So now it looks like a lot. Start with just a tiny bit of onion powder. Just a little sprinkle over top. Same thing with garlic powder, just a little. There's my oven. Little sprinkle. I've got this table blend by Mrs. Dash, so I'm gonna sprinkle some of that on there. I pretty much change it up every single time I do it. So do what you like. Do what makes you feel good. And the last thing, I'm gonna put a little bit of lemon pepper. This is brand new, so I gotta open it up. So I'm just gonna do a little bit of that too. Give it kind of that little lemon flavor. And then I'm gonna throw them in the oven. Not really forget about them, but I'm just gonna leave them in there until they look like they're getting kind of crispy. I think other than making something for dinner for the night, I think that's about all that I had to prep. It was really just the potatoes and those French breads. I really needed to get those French breads done up. Breads are frozen enough, probably give them, I don't know, hour and a half. I will then take those out, put those in bags. Same with the garlic knots. I can probably get those bagged up and ready. And I'm gonna clean up and then I will probably start dinner. I might not show you guys dinner, but I might just kind of fast forward through it. Maybe just do like a little slow time lapse of me making dinner. I think I'm gonna do a stuffed chicken breast and then some sort of side. We'll see. This is what they are looking like. I would say they are probably like 2 minutes from being done. I'm gonna give them a little shake and see. I did bump my oven up to 350. This is everything fully finished, ready to go in the freezer, fridge. That is probably about it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you watch another one or watch the next video that I post, hopefully next week. See you guys later. Bye.